So you want to know why you keep falling out of a handstand? Well, in this show, we're going to teach you an awesome drill that you can do to really make sure that you nail that handstand and you stop falling out of it. All that and more coming up.
We are the gym that teaches people how to move instead of just exercise, because we believe that health is about performance, not just body image.
Welcome to the show, and in case we haven't met, my name's Rad Burmeister and this is Kalisha May over here, and we are Unity Gym, the gym that teaches you how to nourish and move instead of diet and exercise. How you doing today, Cal?
I'm good, thank you, but I bet you're better. Happy birthday.
Yes, it's my birthday. I'm 29 years old today. It's with a few years experience. I'm 41 today, would you believe it? I wouldn't. When I look at myself, I think, fuck, that guy's good looking.
So handsome.
41 today, bloody hell. I keep forgetting and you guys keep reminding me. Anyway, there you go. So yes, thank you everybody for your happy birthday wishes. So today we are going to get out and teach you guys an amazing progression for the handstand. This is one that we use. It's one of our maybe intermediate progressions where you're still on the wall before you come off the wall and do freestanding handstand. It's called the handstand heel pull, and let's get out on the gym floor, get into it right now, and then we will come back in here. Sorry, Rich is just setting up the camera, didn't realize it wasn't ready. Then we're going to come back in here after we've done the taught you guys how to do it, and we're going to go over the finer points. So here we go. So from here your elbows are in, and what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how you save your handstand. So if I'm falling this way, what I'm going to do is jam my fingers into the ground like that, so the first knuckles and the fingertips push solidly into the ground. If I'm falling this way, I'm going to jam the heels of my palms into the ground like that. So I'm pushing down this way. Now, what we can do is this drill where you go fingers, palms, fingers, palms, fingers, palms, fingers, palms, like that. And you can do that as fast as you can as well, because that's basically what you're doing when you do a handstand the whole time. So Kalisha's going to kick up to the handstand. She's going to have all of the alignment cues that we have for a handstand. So toes pointed, legs squeezed together, quads tight, bum tense, stomach sucked in for a posterior pelvic tilt, pushing away from the ground. So she's got this beautiful alignment for the handstand, but then what she's going to do is jam her fingers in the ground to pull her heels off the wall, and then once the heels come off the wall, she's going to jam the heels of the palm into the ground to pull her heels back onto the wall. So let's have a little look. And all I'm doing as the spotter, if you do this on your own, you're not going to have a. So see, she's measuring 4 fingers from the wall. If you don't have a spotter, you have to do this by yourself, of course, but all I'm doing here is making sure she doesn't fall off the wall. Okay, so she gets into a handstand, and now she goes, good, nice, Cal. So watch her feet. Good, yeah, now palms. Good, nice, nice. Okay, tense your, suck your stomach in more, tense your glutes, try and lock this center in a bit more. Good, that's enough, yeah. Yeah, good, you only need to get 2, that's enough, good. Nice. 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 Nice, okay, come down. It's really good. So we're using Cal in this whole sequence to show you guys what somebody who is still a beginner at a handstand looks like when they do all this stuff, so that we're not just showing you, you know, expert people doing it. But you can see the goal is really just to get this really good line from your hands to your feet, which is why it's so important to master the basics first. And this is not something that we get people to do straight away or early on in their handstand training. But once you've got that line from there, so you're pushing up, and then from here, it's just this little bit of control with my hands. See, watch, have a look at my hands, Richard. So I'm pushing here and then back in. Pushing fingers, palms, fingers, palms, fingers, palms, fingers, palms, like that. And that's what keeps me, that's what's going to teach you how to save your handstand so you don't fall when you're doing a freestanding handstand. There's one thing I'm going to do as a little bonus here, because we've never talked about this yet. That is how to get up to the wall. So what you want to do, the most common mistake people make is when they kick up, this first leg comes up completely bent. What you want to do when you kick up, now that we're doing our first progression where you kick up to the wall, the first leg comes up completely straight, like that. And the goal is that it doesn't whack the wall, it hits a vertical position, and then the second leg presses. So the first leg kicks, the second leg just presses up and lifts off the ground. So what the idea is that you gently come to this point where your handstand is, and the wall is there to help you in case you overdo it. The next thing to understand is that your shoulders and hips stack as far above your hands as you can. So what I mean by that is, don't start back here, because back here, now when I kick up, my shoulders have to get over my hands and my hips have to get over my shoulders before I'm in the handstand position, and it's too much to try to coordinate. So what you do, you stack as much of your body over your hands as you can, and then this first leg's going to kick up, and this second leg, my left foot, is just going to press off the ground. So watch. You see how it just gently comes up and finds that position, and of course I can use the wall or not use the wall, and you're just trying to find that vertical position. Carl, let's do the one last time. So have a look. So she comes up nicely, beautiful, gets in position, and now she's using the fingers to get the feet off the wall. Now palms, fingers, palms, fingers, palms, palms, good. Now fingers again, palms, good. So she's just working a tiny bit of range. Beautiful. Awesome, let's go back into the studio and we'll wrap this up. Before you move on to this progression, you really need to make sure that you can get into the proper handstand alignment, which is what the face-to-wall handstand is all about. So when you're doing a face-to-wall handstand, you don't have to worry about balance at all. All you've got to worry about is squeezing your legs together, pointing your toes, keeping your quads tight, keeping the posterior pelvic tilt. Like there's so many things to think about. And until that becomes second nature, you really have no business doing any of these progressions. And if you don't have any business doing this progression, you think you're ready to go freestanding and just do a freestanding handstand, and this is where everybody gets it wrong. This is what we keep talking about understanding the process of building a handstand. And you know, it's actually really funny. We got somebody that sent us an email today saying they weren't happy with our handstand course because you have to do too much work on learning a handstand, and they think that you should be able to learn it quicker. And we all had a real chuckle when we heard that, because in all honesty, we have stripped back what you do in that handstand course to make it as doable as possible in a day. A lot. We've really taken everything back that we thought, well, you know, you could do that, but you know, maybe you could get away with not doing it. There's so much that you have to do to be able to learn a good handstand. So just to wrap up, what I'm saying here is, if you do this and you can't achieve all of these things, which is locking the elbows in, pushing the shoulders away from you, sucking your stomach in and tensing your glutes so that you have a posterior pelvic tilt, squeezing your legs together, pointing your toes with your quads tight, not fully tense but taut. If you can't do that, second nature, you're not ready for this. This is just too much for you, and you need to focus still on the face-to-wall handstand and maybe even the 45-degree face-to-wall handstand and all of the front and back body lines.
Yep.
And anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, just make sure you film yourself. If you think you are ready for the back to wall progression we did today, try it, film yourself, and see if you're doing it. Because you might think you're doing it really well, and then once you watch back, you're like, oh, wait, I forgot to squeeze my glutes or something like that. So you might think you're doing awesome, but always make sure you review and film yourself to make sure you can do that properly.
Yeah, and the you always think you're straighter than you are, right? And then you look at your video and you're like, fuck.
Or you think you're upside down for way longer, then it's like 10 seconds. You're like, shit, I thought that was a minute.
Yeah, it felt like a minute.
It feels like so much longer.
You look at it, it's like 7 seconds, man, ripped off. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, and look, you know, if you want a complete program, if you want to know how to do everything to go from beginner right up to handstand mastery for a freestanding handstand, then grab our Handstand Masterclass. It's an amazing program. A lot of work's been put into it, and we've brought together a lot of knowledge from some really, really good teachers to create a program that works really, really well.
Just quickly,
Yanni's saying something to me.
To Isabel Ray. She's a yoga teacher and loves our channel, and she says greetings from Mexico.
So shout out to Isabel Reyes from
Hola.
Mexico. Is that right? Hola?
Yeah.
Hola. And yeah, thank you so much for the great feedback, Isabel, and thanks for the love and for watching our show. It's so good. You know, we do this for you guys, and it's just so great to hear that you're enjoying what we're doing. We had somebody else share one of our posts recently in America saying, you know, check these guys out, they're amazing in Australia. So it's just so cool to see that our stuff is getting out there, and yeah, we really appreciate the love. Yanni's saying for me to apologize again for the technical issues. We've got these renovations going on out in the gym, and in my mind I just thought to go past the renovations so that the shot looked better, but I didn't think that everything would start cutting out because of the Wi-Fi. But what we're going to do is, once this has been posted, we'll edit the video and we'll put up a new version of it where we take out the first part where it was all a little bit jolty. So I apologize for that. Lesson learned. I won't go that far down the gym tomorrow when we do the show. And we'll see you all tomorrow. I'll be celebrating my birthday today without cake, because I just got married and I had enough cake over that 2-week period. So I'm going to be having some scrambled eggs and a yummy. No, I'm not eating a burger. I'm having scrambled eggs today for my birthday treat. All the boys here are saying they're getting burgers. Anyway, thanks, Cal, and thanks everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
We are the gym that teaches people how to move instead of just exercise, because we believe that health is about performance, not just body image.